has made another one. You already know the thing. So, next topic we're going to get into is man like David, D4VD, however you spell that. I don't even know. But anyway, we're going to get into all of that. Now, I was meant to do a little topic on this a while ago, but I'll be real, I don't know nothing about this youth. I only started hearing about him since this whole case started with, unfortunately, the young girl that passed away. And she was found in the back of his car, or in the trunk of his car, moving mad. And it's only now that he's been arrested. Now, I don't know much about him personally. I have been watching little clips and that on his case, following that a bit. But now that there's been more developments, I just thought, right, let me just give my little opinion on it. So let's get straight into it.
Now, singer David, spelled D4VD, has officially been arrested in connection with the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a case that's raised serious questions from the very beginning, because Celeste was found inside the front trunk of a Tesla, a vehicle that was reportedly registered to David himself. And with this arrest, the story has now entered an entirely new phase. Now, most people remember where this all started. On September 8, 2025, unidentified human remains believed at the time to be a young female were discovered inside the front trunk of a Tesla at an impound lot in Los Angeles, California.
And that's mad right there. For when you found, there's a body in your car, and this is a touchy subject as well, my condolences go out to the friends and family of the young lady Celeste who lost her life. Okay? That's first and foremost. But my whole thing is, when there's a body found in your car, that's, I don't know, you got a lot to answer to, innit? It's kind of mad that you just leave it in your car, or whoever, or whatever. It just ends up in your car. That's all mad. Let's keep it going.
California. The car had been towed to a Hollywood impound lot where staff eventually noticed a strong odor coming from the vehicle, and after opening the front trunk, they made a disturbing discovery. Authorities were immediately called to the scene, and according to the court filings tied to the investigation, officers found human remains inside bags placed in the trunk. Due to the condition of those remains, it was clear the situation was serious and would require a thorough forensic investigation. And as the investigation unfolded, it was revealed that the vehicle was linked to a David Burke, professionally known as David. It was one of several vehicles linked to the singer. David was a young artist who at the time was building serious momentum in the music industry and was even in the middle of a tour, which he would later cancel as the situation began to unfold. Now, at the time, it wasn't immediately known who the body belonged to, but sometime later, the medical examiner officially identified the victim as Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Celeste was discovered just one day after her 15th birthday.
Yeah, that's mad. That's all mad. So this is what I'm saying, let's just keep it going. I want to give my opinion after. Let's keep it going.
Meaning she was only 14 when she died. And based on early reports, it was believed that her body had been inside that vehicle for some time before being discovered. Only hours after the discovery, the LAPD executed a search warrant at a home in the Hollywood Hills area, where David had reportedly been staying. During that search, law enforcement seized surveillance footage from the property, collecting recordings from multiple security cameras in and around the home. From that point on, the investigation intensified.
Now, my whole thing is, from when news comes out, because I've been watching little clips and videos on this for a while now. From when news comes out and little clips come out that he's been even chilling with this girl allegedly, or you've been around minors. From there, you should have been X'd out. From there, you should have been collapsed, because while you're around minors, there's streams. There's video evidence of this youth with minors, allegedly. I still got to say allegedly for the whole thing, do you get it? But you can clearly see videos of him with a young girl. Should have been X'd out from there, from that. So the fact that it got this far, it's just mad that no one even jumped in. There was people saying stuff, but what's people saying stuff gonna do? What's talking gonna do? It's just mad that no one jumped in and done anything sooner. It's sad. Let's keep it going.
Authorities began speaking with witnesses, collecting evidence, and working to piece together exactly what happened. And for months, there were a lot of questions, way more questions than answers. Because naturally, people were asking, how did this happen? How did all this connect back to David, a rising artist, someone operating in the mainstream world of music, now somehow linked to the murder of a 14-year-old girl? Now fast forward to today, nearly 7 months later, it appears investigators believe they've gathered enough evidence to make an arrest. It has now officially been confirmed that David has been arrested in connection with this case. So let's break down what we actually know so far. Now, according to the authorities, this arrest wasn't random. It was based on evidence and probable cause that was developed over time. And that part is important because this wasn't something that happened overnight. This was an ongoing investigation, something that's been building for months. But at the same time, it's also important to understand what this doesn't mean. This is not an indictment yet, meaning right now this is still part of an ongoing investigation. The legal process is still unfolding and we haven't even seen the full case yet. However, the authorities did move forward with an arrest. And according to law enforcement, they've now put together a full case, one that's being presented to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office.
Yeah, this video's not going to be too long yet. All we know is that this waste man has been arrested. Okay, so we'll see what the charges are saying. We'll see if he gets charged and what court's saying and when he decides to go to court, because he's obviously probably going to plead not guilty and take it to trial. And then, you know, if he blows that, he's done. He's done. But my whole thing is, he should have been X'd out way longer than this, because way before this, because there's evidence, there's messages, there's too much stuff online already. Like you can just go on YouTube and just type in his name and just see all of this for yourself. Like there's so much evidence of him doing mad stuff before all, like, you know. So it's just sad that it got to this. Let's keep it going.
For review on Monday. That review will be handled by the Major Crime Division, the team that will ultimately determine whether this case moves forward with formal charges. And at this point, there are a few key questions that naturally come up. How strong is this case? What specific evidence do they have? And what exactly led investigators to this point? That we don't fully know yet. However, with this arrest, a few key things have now been confirmed. Number one, David is currently being held without bail, according to police. And that alone signals that the authorities are taking this extremely seriously. Because in cases like this, bail isn't just about money. It's about making sure the person shows up to court, protecting the integrity of the investigation, and in some situations, making sure there's no contact with potential witnesses. And for this case specifically, we already know that investigators have spoken to multiple people.
Yeah, that's all mad. So this is what I'm saying. They've been investigating this for a while. They've been putting out little statements for a while. It's all mad. It's all mad. What we're going to do is we're going to keep following the case. And then we're just going to give our reaction and our little opinion on it. You know, it's a sad situation again. My condolences go out to the friends and family of the young lady Celeste who lost her life. Now, it's a very sad situation. She's way too young for all of this. Do you get it? And then, like I said, there's too much evidence of this youth hanging around young girls, man. Allegedly. But yeah, that's about it from me, man. I'm out.
Hey, oh, you don't want no smoke. Hey, oh, you don't want no smoke. Hey, oh, you don't want no smoke. You don't want no smoke.
Smoky settings for you and your brethren, them man and whatever. Get Caesar and pepper, she giving out clever. That knowledge that all the above getting turned in the back of the rental. Telling no pressure, them man getting pressure. Be ran like medieval times, heads getting severed. Who's that looking all 10 out of 10? That's me staring back in the mirror.